And I'd like to thank all you guys for taking, and ladies, for taking time out of your busy days to come and do this. But we think that it's important to help Las Vegas to maybe tell its side of the story, because there's been so much going on just on the legislative side and also just in the consumer press about meetings coming to Las Vegas. And Obama just a few weeks ago made that statement basically saying it was irresponsible for a company to take a meeting to Las Vegas. And we think it's important to let you guys kind of tell your side of the story. And so why don't we start there? Could any of you want to just weigh in on what impact that's had on Las Vegas, the proposed John Kerry legislation and Obama making his statements? Exactly how much did that hurt the city in terms of meetings business? I don't. Would you want to address that, Chris?
Yes, well, I think we've been pretty public about what impact it's had. And we've we've actually released some numbers with regards to that. So it was well over $100 million worth of impact by, just some bad speech. So,
yeah.
An off-the-cuff remark, and but it brought about a greater concern. It sent a shudder through our industry, and if there is any silver lining about that, which it's hard to find many right now, but you did have a groundswell of activity amongst all of our industry associations that recognized that, hey, an attack on us is an attack on everybody.
Sure.
And so that has precipitated a lot of activity in a very, very short term. That's going to help the industry as in general. So, we're in very, very trying economic times, and it's hard to pick a fight with somebody that's got a barrel full of ink.
Yeah.
So, we do what we do, and we keep pushing out the positive message of why meetings are important, and that's our mission. It's a mission amongst all of us around this table, is we tell every single person that we can why meetings matter, and we give them examples. We've armed our stakeholders with a lot of talking points and a lot of reasons on why people should be concerned about why meetings and events are important. And that, I think that's probably the most important thing that's coming out of all of this.
And just go ahead.
No, I was only going to say, there's only so much you can do. The damage has been done. I'm a commissioner on the Commission on Tourism for Nevada. Obviously we have a lot of meeting space in our building, but I think the damage is done. I mean, we can do everything we can, and believe me, we're doing it in the commission. We're doing it united as a group. I think the LVCVA's done a good job. You've seen the letters that's come out from Mayor Goodman, but I think the problem is it's what's the next step, because we've already lost a lot of business. I mean, quite a bit. I mean, over $20 million ourselves. So I think it's challenging the fact that what's going on right now is challenging the spirit of America. It's challenging, even if you look at the legislation drafted by Kerry, there's certain things there where the public sector is getting involved so heavy in the private sector, even to the point where you're looking at legislation where they're talking about 15% of your total sales and marketing expenditure is the maximum. Now, for some meetings for some businesses that have complex products, their sales and marketing budget may be more of the meetings and sales product demos than they lend themselves to other forms of the marketing mix, television, radio, et cetera, et cetera. So to dictate a business and to get into the way a business runs. I mean, honestly, I say the same thing with bonuses. I mean, if they want a better regulation, some regulation's okay, but beginning to be an impediment into the private sector, really, let's face it, you're challenging the spirit of America itself.
Well, and I would just add to that my concern about the Kerry language was that it prohibited meetings and events from happening, and it wasn't about Las Vegas or my job or anything like that. It was about these are ways that these companies will grow. And as a taxpayer and as somebody who's supporting these companies, I want them to grow. I want them to get out of this. And having meetings and selling products and entertaining customers and educating sales managers and having management meetings and strategy meetings, these are all things that are going to help these companies grow. And to sort of stop them from doing things that are going to help them grow seems defeatism to me.
Sure.
And so that was my big concern about the Kerry language particularly.
Yeah.